All right, we're here. What's up, guys? Welcome to the daytime stream. Let's see, it's Friday, right? For Friday! Yay! All right. Man, I was here on time and I just started chatting in Discord. I gotta stop doing that, man. Man, I'm such a fiend when it comes to talking. Oh, my eye's so damn itchy, dude. I pet the cat and touch my eye one time, my eyeball's gonna fall out. All right, let's see what's going on. What's going on? Where's our stream? Hopefully Mike's side's alive. You think Mike's side's here? Mike's side, we ain't got a thumbnail, man. Wonder how I can get this thumbnail up. I could probably just replace it with any thumbnail. Please, bro. Please, bro. Please, bro. Please, bro. Please, bro. Please, bro. All right, so that's the title. Yeah, save on that. Let's change the thumbnail. Maybe I can get a generic thumbnail up real fast. Here's one. All right, that'll have to do for the moment. Get a little generic thumbnail there. All right, so Friday, huh? You guys feel good on a Friday? I always feel good on a Friday. Hard to feel bad on a Friday. I mean, even I get some time off on Fridays now because after the nighttime stream, I only do one stream on Saturday. So, you know, it technically is my weekend. I get a weekend too. Let's grab these. Man, I wanted to go live at like 4 today, but then I ended up making a video. That takes like an hour, dude. It's not fast. And I'm just getting all this other stuff done. In the meantime, there's just all these little things to work out, man. 100 million little things. All right, so Mr. Archer has been too kind to us, man. He's going deep. I like Mr. Archer. I hope he saw we got a clip for him, I think, right? Yeah, his Charizard pulls a clip now. So good for that guy. He got a clip, guys, on an XY Evo Charizard pull. You know, that just gets cooler and cooler over time because now the set's so expensive to open. All right, please, bro. Please, bro. Please, bro. Please, bro. Please. Let's jump over here. Scoop a doop a doo ba dee boop. Doop a doop a doo doo. Scoop, scoop, scoopy doop a dooby doo. Doo da doo da doo doo. We're hitting refresh. Vertical is so much better. Wow. You like vertical? Oh, what's this? I got a refund? Why did I get a refund? eBay ruled in your favor in your dispute case? On what? I didn't open a dispute. For $3? I gotta see this. Hold on, let me click on this. What are they talking about? Scoop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doo-doo. I never opened a dispute. I just got $3 back from eBay on a dispute that I never opened. Boop-a-doop-a-dooby-doo. One eBay shipping label. One item from eBay Incorporated. Here's the order number. Maybe I can type the order number in. Ba-doop-a-doop-a-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Skibidi poppity boop. All right, I've got no clue. I've got no clue. It's just some dispute. Alex, were you sleeping yesterday, like around 3 a.m.? Yeah, were you sleeping, Alex? Alex, you missed out on one of the greatest Charizards ever drawn by any man this side of the universe. All right, I think we're ready. Let me refresh here. Welcome to our daytime stream, where we do daytime stream stuff. Scooba-dooba-doo-ba-doo. Dooba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo. All right. I ran an auction on a card, and it made me want to learn how to do like the auctioneering, sort of like ramble or the rabble or whatever it is, whatever you'd call it. We need a daytime stream sketch. No, you missed it, man. You had to be there. So first of all, I opened up a pack of Gym Heroes. That went very bad. Hope you guys watched that video. And we got another Gym Heroes break going on right there. And here it is. Is Alex here to enjoy this Charizard in all of its glory? Charizard, 100 HP, hand-drawn Charizard with some swirls, 2 swirls on it, okay? First attack, please, bro, 120 damage, but his strongest attack was redeem it, $400, or 400 damage. Please, bro, and redeem it. Rockstar Mahi, TCC signature, SAR, double star, first edition, 1 of 1. So then we put this to auction, and Sarah got it for just $21. I mean, I feel like it could have gone for at least 25. So she got a great deal. Congratulations, Sarah. All right, that's what you get for being up late. Okay. Where's my thing? Please, bro, please, bro, please, bro, please, bro. Do you guys like my title today? All right. Let's see. Check email might be scam. Oh, I didn't think of that. Oh, shoot, man, I didn't think of that. Wait, could that be a scam? Good thing I didn't, like, sign into anything. I clicked on a link in the email, and it wanted me to sign into my PayPal, but it didn't make sense because it says it's an eBay dispute, but I didn't sign in. Man, that's crazy. Maybe it is a scam. I don't think it is. I don't think it is because it looks like it comes directly from PayPal. Let me look. How do I see the email for this? Now, it's service@paypal.com. That is PayPal. So it's coming straight from PayPal. That is PayPal's email. Service@paypal.com. That's them. All right. Never click on links, man. How old are you? 55? Well, this particular email only gets sorted into this part of my Gmail if it has the official PayPal email address. And I'm looking at it, and it does. So that's why I was so confident with it. So you can set up your Gmail to basically to filter for exact email addresses. And so I added PayPal's exact email address. And so this filter sent that to me from PayPal. When I look at the email, it is them. So there's no question it's them. But I didn't log into anything. But yeah, I guess you kind of told me it could be a scam, and my brain said, maybe it is. No, it's not a scam. That's them. The link just gave them access to your PSA vault. Haha. So I drew this card for Rockstar Mahi, and I told him that I drew it from the heart, and I told him I wanted him to have it for free, and he rejected it. He was mad because it wasn't that other Charizard. And so he told me he's leaving and never coming back. And so we auctioned it, and Sarah got it for just $21. Clip, Mr. Click's PayPal link. Yeah. Mr. got a stiffy over $3. Well, it was just so weird because I never opened a dispute, so where did it come from? But look, yeah, please, bro, and redeem it. Our Charizard's attacks. I think it's a very powerful Charizard. 400 damage with 1 move that requires only 2 energies. So the next step is I've agreed to encapsulate that. Miss Sarah has paid for an encapsulation. So now I got to find out if we still have Adobe or if I have to open that back up, because you know that's a prescription. You have to not a prescription, a subscription. You have to pay monthly for Adobe Premiere. That's why grading is not free. And then of course all the supplies and everything. So and a lot of work, a lot of hours actually go into that. So I got to get that all figured out. Oh, this didn't finish last night, so we still got to hand out Mark's $73. So we'll do that today. Let's put this over here. And we're in horizontal mode, so now you can see this stack of cards over here on the side. Jolteon, Gengar, ooh. At my age, I don't question where Stiffies come from. Just Mother Nature telling you everything's alive, huh? Okay, there we go. That's scary, man. I don't want to hear about that. I don't want to hear about my stuff not working one day. Yeah, I get those Viagra ads now. I don't want them. I don't want the Viagra ads. I don't need Viagra, but it's telling me like other guys your age do. And I'm like, no. So it's scaring me, man. I'm starting to get scared, dude. All right, mister, I got my package. Please tell Alexis she did an amazing job. I loved it. Woohoo! All right, you got a lot of gold. You got a lot of silver. You got some other things that I can't recall. Nice, man. I'm glad to hear it all made it safely. And so that story is over. Very cool, man. All right. Lawless that age. I'm 36. What age do they start poking you in the butt? Let me see. What age do they do? What is the butt poking? Oh, prostate date exams. Oh, okay, 45. So I'm a little ways off. What about colonoscopy? Colonoscopy. For average risk individuals, 45. Screening could start early, as young as 40. Okay, so I'm near one of the butt touching screenings, the colonoscopy. I'm scared, man. That report talks about how people are dying at a younger age from colon cancer, and they're saying that it's probably mainly led from the diet that young people eat. Well, guess what? That's me. I did not eat broccoli every day. I did not eat farm-raised chicken and broccoli and rice every day. I ate Pop-Tarts and Pizza Hut and Sodies and Reese's Peanut Butter Cups and all the stuff. Hot dogs. So I'm scared, dude. They scared me with all that stuff on the rising risk of colon cancer. Here's Shahir, 7 prismatic and shipping. My address has changed since I last shipped years ago to blah, 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 blah. All right, 7 prismatic it is. Oh, yeah. Let's get it, man. Let's pull you an Umbreon, Shahir. 45 butts. I'm 60. No one getting in my butt. It's another scam. Nah, dude. They sent me to a doctor for when we're doing all this IVF stuff, right? And the first thing they do is they like run tests and stuff like that. And I walked into I guess it's called like a urologist doctor office. All the walls covered in, cancer, all of the walls. And all the guys there looked so sad to be there because I'm pretty sure they had cancer. And it talked about how prostate cancer is like the #1 cancer in men. And you look it up, and I think colon cancer is the #2 cancer in men, isn't it? I think I was reading that it's projected to become the 2nd cancer in men. Both of those are butt stuff. Both of them. Yeah, you ready? But you're just as likely to die from a heart attack. So to be honest, the heart attack will get me first. But, I'm a preparer. I don't know if you know that about me, guys. I'm a future thinker. I'm always thinking about what happens next. I think and I plan and I think and I plan and I predict. So I gotta prepare for heart problems, and I gotta prepare for whatever else I might get. Apparently, there's a good risk of prostate cancer, just statistically, and butt cancer. So I think about those things. I really do. I want to be ready for it. I want to get screened early. Cancer is all about catching it early. If you research a lot about cancer, it's all about catching it early. Okay, so you catch it early, you survive, and that's what I want to do. All right, Shahir. All right. I'm 60, drink beer every day, healthy as a horse. Well, I mean, you still got 15 years to go. You got time to develop diseases now, man. If I was in your shoes today, I would still be working on my health. I'd still be going, all right, I'm a healthy 60, and I want to make it to a healthy 70 next. And so I'd be working on it all the time, probably. Actually, I'd probably be working on it harder than I am now, but maybe that's a stupid way to think too. Maybe I should be working really hard on it now. Health. I've done well with Pokemon cards. I've done well with YouTube. I've done well with school. Everything seems, I got my ducks all in a row. There's one thing I'm not good at, and it's health. And I just need to get on that. That just needs to be like my biggest thing now. That's the one area I can strongly improve in. Like, I'm fat, dude. I need to lose some weight. I took a 30-minute walk today. So I took a 30-minute walk outside in the sunlight. That was nice. There was sunlight today, by the way. But I realized, I'm strong in all these areas of my life and just really weak in this one area, So, Professor Research Glaceon Evie. So I took my walk today, and later today I'll be doing some squats and trying not to eat too much junk and just being aware of stuff. Here's Pikachu. But no, I'll start screening for cancer young. For me personally, I'll screen young, and I'll be screening really consistently, even if it costs money, because I want to catch it at stage 1 or stage 2. That's my goal. Because if you live long enough, you get it no matter what. That's how it works. Your cells do eventually fail. That's how cancer works. You do inevitably get it. Here's Umbreon. Like, if you don't have any heart problems, you will then just die from, like, either cancer or your brain deteriorating. Those are the main causes. It'll be like an organ dysfunction, cancer, or heart disease. And so, some things are sort of treatable. Cancer is literally treatable, and people die from it all year long. And if they'd caught it in stage 1 or stage 2, they would have made it further. I was reading about the Queen of England. She passed away recently. Well, her mother lived 100 years old. Her mom did. And that's super impressive. And I was reading a little bit about her mother. Her mother got cancer. I think her mother got cancer like multiple times, but she treated it every time. And so she just survived it. And I'm like, wow, that's incredible. And they get away with that probably because they have top-notch healthcare, and they probably get screened constantly because they're the royal family. So I was like, well, that's what you got to do then. That's the trick. That's the strategy. Got to get screened a lot. Here's Umbreon, and here's other, because if you don't, you're just rolling the dice. And but rolling the dice is cheaper, I suppose. There we go. Shahir. All right, Mr. Shahir. This is a fun little subject. I don't want to die. Yep, well, that's an existential thing. Can't really control that, can we? We are. All right. Troy, it's part of life. That's right, dog. Hey, maybe it's really good after, maybe there's like a party or something. Maybe there's like some sort of great reunification of like brains or something. Who knows what goes on? Maybe it's nothing. Maybe it's just quiet. Maybe it's like eternal slumber. Maybe, because you don't know what created the universe. That's that whole religious concept. We don't know where the universe came from. We have consciousness. We have self-awareness. We don't appear to just be strictly robots. The whole I think, therefore I am. So we wonder if there's something else out in the universe that maybe was the creation of the universe. Or, we wonder what's in the afterlife. Like, do you really die? Like, what does the energy go? But we don't know. We don't know any of that stuff. So it's a mystery. It is. If you overthink it too much, you'll get like stressed from it. So I don't, honestly, I don't think about it too hard. All right. Just like I didn't worry about being born before I was born. So I don't worry about it too much. It's just how it is. There we go. I do worry about whether I get good Pokemon card pulls, though. How about you guys? Okay, we need a fat box for this one. Shahir, you got a lot, man. The tag slab I got felt super clean and solid. I loved it. There you go. He loved it. Yeah, I think they're a very serious company. I think they have a little bit of an edge with their grading report. I think they've got crystal clear. I think they have the clearest slabs. Okay, and appearance is very important when it comes to cards. So I think they literally have the clearest slabs. Their slabs are like glass. That's what I've learned. Their slabs remind me of a type of plastic glass. So it's very impressive. Mr. Getting philosophical with John Paul Sartre. Oh, Mr. is the tax slab I got felt super clean. It's all a simulation. Have a family, live your seed. That's basically life. I'm healthy. That being said, when you get older, a little piece of you starts wanting to die. How you know it better on the other side? I don't know. Maybe it's way worse. Imagine dying one day and it's all over. I can't believe this is the end. Yeah. Kind of makes, if you're obsessed like I am with getting the best Pokemon card collection, kind of annoying that it all doesn't matter at some point. But hey, I'm not going to let that ruin Pokemon card collecting for me. No, sir. We are all right. So, yeah, I mean, I guess if you're getting to 90 years old and you're relying on everyone else to change your diaper and everything, there's probably a point where you're like, I'm ready. You know what I'm saying? But that's all part of the human experience. We're all like on a certain part of the rotation, the product cycle. All right, I'm in the part of my product cycle where I need to sell a lot of Pokemon cards. What do you think of that? That's my part of this. That's where I'm at. Okay. So, I think what we're going to do, we are going to create a whole new profile for you. Mr. Shahir, can I get your email by chance? I want to create a new address for you. Are you watching? Do you know where to send me an email? Let me show you where to send me one. Send me an email right there, okay? Send me an email with your email, and I'll add that to your label, and that's going to make things good for you. Okay. And let's jump in here. All right. That's part of the human experience, man. Someday it'll be my turn to be 60 years old, and I'll be drinking Code Red Mountain Dew. And I'll be saying, I don't care what I drink. I'm 60 years old. Do whatever I want, bro. Let's see. I was going to move to Vietnam, but now Krakow, Poland looks wonderful. What? I was going to move to Thailand. We are. They got all the best lady boys. Let's see. Okay. Mr. Shahir says, I forgot to give the zip code. Also, 8 more prismatic. Nice. Let's see. Okay, I'll send you one. That's a good idea because we want to be able to get you, we want to be able to give you your tracking. Tammy whammy. I got the hyper rare Charizard from Phantasmal. It is kind of bottom heavy. Do I grade it with PSA? If it is bottom heavy, it will 100% grade a 9. You could just sell it raw. Poland's interesting. It didn't experience a recession during the Great Recession. Tammy says, hello. I'm not going to Poland. You know why? Because Tammy's not in Poland. We are. Let's see. Is a pack split where every person gets 1 card from the pack. Yes, sir. That's exactly what it is. All right. Perfect, Mr. Shahir. I got this email. Good. All right. Scooby-Dooby-Dooby. Buns. Okay, it's updating your address a little bit. It's calculating for tomorrow. We're verifying that we have up-to-date rates for you. Oh, my dear God, dude. All right, so now it's just calculating a price. Let's go get you 8 more packs of Prismatic. But before we do that, let me make sure no one else ordered Prismatic because we are not allowed to jump the line. Let's see. Jumping in here. Javier says 2 Gem 3s, so you're not ordering Prismatics. Cactuar, I'm still waiting for stream. Been too long. Hope you're doing bless. How's the move? I'm planning to move on Gdansk. Gdansk! I want to move to Gdansk. We are? All right. I'm moving to Dutzow. Dutzow, Missouri. All right. Print. Hell yeah, there we go. Did you know the state I live in is well known for very heavy German immigration? So we have towns like Dutzow and Herman. And the city of Herman, or the town, I should say, was so German that they printed German news articles in German for like, they just stopped like 40 years ago or something, wasn't it? Hold on, let me look at, they had such a like purely German population. Hold on. I can look it up probably. Oh no! I've got it wrong. So it was a while back. They stopped in 1928. So they printed their newspapers in German, not in English, or should I say American. But they did that all the way up to 1928. That's still pretty good though, right? If you pass away, will Tammy or Alex help with shipping or bags? Yeah, Tammy and I have a sort of like death pact kind of agreement where if I die, she comes over here and ships all your cards. Did you also get my pre-order? Says Mr. Thim. Oh, we better check that. Hold on. What's it for, Mr. Thim? I didn't see that. It wasn't for... Here it is. Oh, 8OP11 Japanese. No price at it? No problem. We'll take care of that. All right, good. So, let's get this for Mr. Shahir. We have Holland, among other, and the Tulip Festival. Goose stepping in the high schools. That's 7, and this is 8. My name is T. Alex. It's Alexi. What? Okay. Hey, what's up, Tiz? Tiz like autism. Here we go. Hey, did you guys catch this heartbreak break? Woo! 1 in 28 odds. Step right up. Spend $40 and get pretty get cracked or something. I don't know. One person pulls Charizard. Everyone else pulls a booster pack full of Pokemon cards. We try to put some good Pokemon cards in those boosters now to try to get you your $40. That's it. You're canceled. What are you, gay? John put that all on y'all, both his fault. Guess he keeps all our products and goes ghost. Oh, man. Tammy agreed that she's going to ship all the products in the event that Karis and I have a double death. She got to fly out here, break a window in, and she got to sit down and start shipping everything. Here's Archelodon. Here's Spritzy. Ogerpon. All right. Ooh, Ogerpon. Here's a Briar, Dustin Whir. Did we do the second Gym Heroes pack break yet? Not yet. It's sitting right in front of us. And how many people were in that one? I can't remember. A whole bunch of people, right? Like 5 spots were sold. Here it is. All right. Tammy going to hit a B&E. She's going to pick up a brick, throw it through the window, and then she's going to climb into the house carefully over the broken glass, turn the alarms off because she knows the alarm codes, and then she's going to get all the cards on the table and start printing labels for them, which actually she probably could do that because I just leave my computer open all the time. So you can just open the shipping software, and most of these addresses are saved. Most of these bags have addresses saved in the shipping software. What's the best insurance? I feel like all insurance is a scam. Insurance is a gamble. That's what it truly is. Deep, deep, deep down, you and another person place a bet on an event occurring. Just like Polymarket. Will Trump win or will Kamala win, right? That's a bet on an event occurring. It's an event contract or whatever you want to call it. That's what insurance is. So each year, the insurance company and I place a bet on whether my house will blow away in a tornado. And the insurance company says, for $100, we're betting that your house won't blow away. But if it does, we pay for the house. So I say, $100. I'll take that bet. That's all insurance is. It's a type of gambling. It's a form of gambling. You lose money that you could have saved in order to just pay for the repairs if something happened. So I've been paying car insurance for, well, I'm 36. So whatever that is, 18, 20 years? No, 18 years. Yeah, 18 years. So I've been paying car insurance 18 years. I've probably purchased 2 fresh cars in terms of insurance payments over time. And wow, you got Giacomo. You should have bought some insurance for these packs, bro. These sucked. All right, no Umbreon this time, Mr. Shahir. You can go deeper if you want. I made it so your label would be slightly heavier. So anyways, insurance is literally a gamble on a thing happening or not. And when you're forced to buy it, it's like being forced to buy a lottery ticket or being forced to buy a slot machine roll or being forced to participate in a casino. It's a casino for bad things. So like if something bad happens, you win. It's a casino for bad things. And deeper down, what it really is socialism or communism or whatever. I think socialism and communism are essentially the same idea. Although communism is just the fully evolved form. Basically, they say we'll take insurance and we'll use it so that poor people who have no savings can be covered in the event of a catastrophe. So they say, quick, everybody buy into the casino, and then if something bad happens to you, the casino will cover it. Okay, so that's it. It's a casino for poor people. Rich people don't need insurance because if their car breaks or they break someone else's car, they have so much money, they can just buy it outright. And so they don't even have to sign up for insurance anymore. They can stop paying into it and just let the luck play out as it will. And so it's a casino. It's a casino for poor people. It's a form of gambling and it's a form of socialism. That's what it really is. It's a terrible thing. Big waste of money. The big problem is that the casino's too good at it and you're too bad at it. So the casino's too good at overcharging you and you're not very good at paying the correct price on the gamble. So the insurance companies make outrageous profits, some of the best profits in the world, on a gamble that you lost. So that's what it is. They're so good at it. They hire super high-end mathematicians to do the odds for them, and you don't. You don't hire a mathematician. So they got a mathematician on their side to make sure they always win the gamble. Just do socialism at this point. Bernie Sanders might be right. Donald Trump might be realizing that too. He's saying, why don't we just give Americans money? That's also socialism. He's realizing that the insurance company is just a social system for social welfare, except with a company that takes a big cut of profit at the same time. Like, You could just get rid of all the insurance companies and then just give people money. All right, Hathim. Here goes. Mr. Hathim. Mr. Hathim. Mr. Hathim. Here it is. Broback Mountain. Please, bro, please. Wait, this is OP10. Mr. Hathim, Mr. Hathim. There it is. It's a casino, and you're forced to buy into it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And a lot of Americans don't understand it because the way you get rich in this world is by selling people things they don't understand. It's a lack of knowledge. Most Americans don't understand how the insurance company is a casino where the house always wins. You see, the reason insurance was a valuable thing in the past is because the house didn't always win. Insurance is so well structured now that it's a for sure gamble on the side of the insurance company. They don't lose. You lose. Always. You always lose. By the time the risk is too high, the insurance company does the math and they leave. Just like the fires in California, remember that? Turned out some people had catastrophic losses because the insurance companies had jacked the prices up, or they just left entirely. They knew the odds, so they left. So they never lose the gamble. They only sell when they know the gamble is in their favor. Mr. When will you sell some insurance? All right, we're selling insurance. You want me to? I mean, I can sell insurance. I don't know how that works out on my taxes. I could probably sell you shipping insurance all day long if you want shipping insurance. We are. I could say, hey, we're covering the insurance on this shipping. Yo! All right, easy snipe. I paid off my car last month just so I could save on insurance. There you go. All right. You still have to have minimal insurance, I believe. Basically, you still have to pay to purchase the other person's car if you crash into it. But now you don't have to cover your own car. Here we are. So that, you know, if luck goes your way in life and you never crash, that's a good deal. You save a little bit of money. But if you do crash your car and you are at fault, that's a bad deal. Here it is. I gamble life away to Pokemon. Everything's a gamble, baby. It's all a gamble. When you ask her, hey, want to smash? That's a gamble. That she doesn't say yes, and now you're stuck having to have sex with some lame girl. Ugh. Oh, I was just trying to be courteous. I don't actually want to smash. There you go, Mr. Athim. Thank you so much. Paying off your car doesn't even save you much insurance. Yeah, it saves a little bit. All right. Health insurance is the biggest scam of all because it's so expensive, you know, and it's so convoluted and sneaky, right? Like the prices of healthcare are all complex and jacked, and there's all this government funding involved. So it's in the hospital's best interest to claim that the cost of a good, like a service, is super high. And then the insurance company says, all right, it's super high. So guess what, government? We're going to need you to cover some of this cost. So, it's all about extrapolating money from a bureaucratic, non-capitalist, centrally funded government system. So much waste occurs. That's why capitalism ends up winning, because everyone's a sharp. They're shrewd. They go, you're ripping me off. I'm going to your opponent. So every time you have that competition, it pushes prices down. When you create systems that get rid of competition, it jacks prices way up. Ooh. All right. But there's, exceptions to that rule. Both ways, in fact. It is. The facts happened recently to someone in my life. That's facts. Happens recently to someone in my life. Question from experienced PSA graders. How long from the research and ID stage does it usually take? Usually about a year and a half. I'd say a year and a half, 2 years. Javier Arroyo, thank you so much, man. By the way, we got a free card to hand out to a first-time buyer. Ooh, rough. He's so cute. Who's here going to be a first-time buyer? I don't think I recognize any new people. I think I recognize all you guys. We gotta get some new guys in here. Here we are. I made a joke, mister. Ooh, what'd he say? Let's see. He said, most comfy Pokemon rip and chipper. Hola. Hola. I'm a first-time buyer. Oh, let me get you a free card. Don't give you that PTSD from 2021 era of Pokemon. So stacked about a year and a half. Well, I don't know, about a year and a half. Look at this gorgeous Charizard. Holy moly. If I understand correctly, the Japanese one actually looks better than the English one, because in the English one, they hide Charmander's face. So I heard one guy say he doesn't even want the English ones. He just wants the Japanese one. Look at that, huh? Look at the back of the card. Looking very clean. Could easily cross into a PSA 10 if you prefer PSA 10. Fantastic card. Of course, that's true for just about all tag slabs. They're very nice. Someone else going on the Gym Heroes break, please. Let's talk a little bit about the Gym Heroes break. The Gym Heroes break. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Anthony Fiersta has jumped 5 spots deep into this break. It's a $40 break. Don't make me change it to 41. I will. Let's toss this over here. I don't want to wait for Archer later tonight. Well, you never know. He might show up, man. He might be like, here I am. Here I am. Wait, how's that song go? Here I am again on my own. Here I am again on my own. Here's Giratina for only $1,200. And guess what? That's the correct price, because that is based off of last sold. Whoa. Last sold. That's crazy, man. That's a last sold price. Pretty nuts. Shows you Pokemon cards can get excruciatingly... you know, I'm tempted to send this one to eBay, where it will cast a wider net. Here I go again on my own. All right. Ooh. What was that again? That was 2 Gem 3s. We took care of that for Javier Arroyo. Thank you so much. And we're going to jump over here. We have a William Wafter order. William Wafter, 2 Korean White Flare. How many packs are left? I have a small bag. You want to know? You want to know how many packs are left? This many. Hey, check out that menu. If you guys haven't looked at the description in a little while, there's been some changes. Let me talk about the changes for a second here. So we are once again bringing back the pricey items. Here's Pokemon English Old. So here's some of the changes. Crimson Invasion is $21 a pack, and it's there to stay because I have like 5 boxes of that. It's good. Evolving Skies, $63. You guys already knew that one. Cosmic is on the list, $157. Roaring Skies is back for $95. Breakpoint is back, $80. Breakthrough is back, $105. Ancient Origins, $230. Evolution, $74. Phantom Forces, $540. Dragons Exalted, $480. So the old stuff is coming back. And we created a new menu called Pokemon English UPC, which actually maybe that should be higher up on the list, actually, because some people may not realize it's under the old stuff. We also created a vintage channel. Doobie-doo, Scooby-Dooby-Doo. All right, so we changed the positioning of Pokemon English UPC. Pokemon Vintage has 1 item in it. Topps First Movie, $90 a pack. I plan on expanding that, okay? I plan on expanding that. That's a searching question, mister. What? William Wafter. He wafted his way into the kitchen to the smell of blueberry pie wafting down the halls. Buy cash car, 4 banger. They have 3 bangers. You banging people? Banger, I barely know her. Here's a Master Ball. Stinky Fish. That's his name, is Stinky Fish, because nobody wants him. And here's Durant. I like the Durant. Master Ball Durant's going to be pretty cool over the years. And Bouffalant. Bouffalant's basically Taurus, but he has a afro. Very nice. All right, William Wafter. Mr. William. How you doing today, William? Are you feeling all right? Oh, Scooby Buzz, Scooby Buzz, Scooby Buzz, Buzz Buzz. I need like a cookie or something, man. You know, walking, it just makes me hungrier. Oh, here you are. Found you. I know another term for stinky fish. Yeah? Chupacabra? Kevin Durant? Thanks, mister. I'm all right. Thanks, you. I'm all right. I got a lot of work ahead of me. We're getting ready to sell those homes. Yeah, we're going to sell those homes. It's a lot of work, guys. Man, I'm overworked, definitely. I have a feeling of being overworked. But it'll be sweet when they're sold, man. We get those houses sold, roll that cash into like a 4% account, and then what we'll do is we'll go home shopping. We're looking at 2 places, guys. Johnson City, well, most of Tennessee, actually. Knoxville, Chattanooga, and Johnson City. I don't know if I really want Nashville. I will look at it as well. But I like Johnson City a lot because it's so far away from Tornado Alley. So did you know that? Johnson City, Tennessee sits just outside of Tornado Alley. And that's really fascinating to me. And they got a Golden Corral. That's the most important thing of all. That's pretty much all I need is a Golden Corral. But most importantly of all, they've got no taxes. No taxes on income. They got consumption taxes instead, like higher food and stuff like that. But that's fine. I don't eat as much as I sell. I sell way more than I eat. And then there's Nevada. It's the other place we're looking at. I don't know about Las Vegas. It's pretty hot out there. Pretty cool, the thought maybe of like being able to access a lot of card shows though. So that's neat. But we're looking probably at Reno. So southwest Reno has some beautiful places. Carson City and Gardnerville. I like Gardnerville a lot. It's really undeveloped compared to Carson and Reno. It's an awful long drive to the good restaurants, though. So it's like an hour-long drive to the restaurants. So I don't know. We've already done that lifestyle, and it would be nicer to live closer to the city. So southwest Reno might be it. And those are the main places we're looking at. We like Florida. There's Jacksonville, Florida. It's okay. Hot. If we wanted to change to a hot temperature for a long time. And then there's Texas. Texas is out. That's right. Texas is out. Wyoming, I like Wyoming. It's really underdeveloped and not enough people. Same with the South Dakota. Actually, the real problem with those 2 states, they're freezing cold. And then Washington State, it's very Democrat. And as a result of that, I'm scared it will become a tax state. So I am scared that the Democrats will say what we really need is a lot more taxes. And so I will pointlessly move into a high tax state by accident. All right, so Ivan Rodriguez, slab away. I have 3 credit as well. You can add. All right, slab away. Sweet, close to me and Tammy. Well, if we go to Nevada, I would be closer to you guys. That's true. But it will still probably be like a airplane flight away, to be honest. I like Nevada. That's why it's on the list. Those 2 places are on the list. It's Reno and Johnson City. Those are the 2 big places. I've done hundreds of hours of research now. If you're looking for advice on where to move, Tennessee and Nevada. Move to those 2 places, guys. They're extremely good. All right. Ivan. Those are the places. Don't move to Texas. Taxes are too high. They're secretly very taxy. They don't look like they are, but they are. They got high taxes. Unless you're going to rent, then I guess the taxes aren't high. So I'm not seeing the credit, but it's just $3. So I think I'm just going to apply that for you and not worry about it. Let's see. Yeah, I can't find it. Alex is my bestie. Mister, can you tell me my store credit, including the 40 that I asked you about a week at the end of the stream? You never actually told me my total. All right, let me look. So, oh, I found the Ivan Rodriguez $3. It was right in the front. I'm so dumb. So there's that 40. Okay, NHCC. We are now looking for NHCC 40. So NHCC, we canceled Tifa. Tifa's canceled, another canceled card. We cancel some breaks if they are not moving at all after like a week. So if after a week it has not caught any attention, we go, okay, this is not a card people want. Why? Because we don't want the break hanging out on the table for 7 years unless I'm committing to turn that into a star spot. Where's that Tifa? I left it up on the table. It's available for sale if you just want to buy it, by the way. Where did she go, though? It's a pretty card. Oh, I might have put it behind me to send it to eBay. I'll bring it back out, though. So you can consider purchasing it. We are. That looks like a big number. Where'd you get that card from? All right, cool. I think that's going to be it then. All right. Nice, man. Did we not spend that? $308. Where did that come from? This Alcatraz is secluded. It has a lot of safe spaces to lock up the cards. So since this card exists, I will trust it is real. That's 80 right there. I can keep these as is. They're perfect if you want to join a break, so I'll keep those as is. So I got these three right here. This claims to be 308, 40, and 40. You got lots of store credit there, Mr. NHCC. Have fun with that. And let me show you that TIFA, by the way. You might be interested in the TIFA. So the TIFA, I decided wasn't moving fast enough and that I'd rather have it sent off to eBay probably. Oh, is it not here? Maybe it is still on the table. I might have kept it on the table. Would I have stuck it in here maybe? We got so many slabs, dude. I'm trying to find things to send off to eBay because I have a million slabs, 1,000,001 slabs at the moment. Mister's like, wait, we ain't spend that already. Russ, are you going to get all the new Time magazine covers? They're so cool. Has anyone pulled the Snoopy for present card from Peanuts? What? Hey, what's up, Mr. Russ? Collect all the what? The magazine? Time cover? I don't think I've ever thought to collect Time magazine covers. That's a very interesting one. Whoa, Nelly, says Mr. Brandon. Well, shucks. Hold on. So is eBay your problem solver? No, but I've expanded the amount of cards that I grade. And as a result, I'm expanding to eBay to sell them. And that was the plan when we started increasing our grades with tag. We significantly increased the amount we were grading. It is on the table. I'm sorry. I should have looked harder. So there it is. NHCC, $255. That's TIFA lock card, everybody. Search foil pristine 10. So we got a nice BGS pristine here. And you know those pristine 10s are extremely hard to acquire. I know personally. You know how I know? Because I'm grading with all the companies. I grade with TAG. I grade with CGC. I grade with PSA a lot. I grade with BGS. This is much harder to get than you think. It's like 10 times harder to get than the CGC pristine. They're not the same card. I mean, the CGC pristine at this point might as well be the PSA 10. That's actually crazy hard to get. All right, Ivan Rodriguez, $23 to your slab away. Thanks for that $20 order, Mr. Russ, or $20 donation. That's really nice, man. Rich boy, peanuts and beer. The Snoopy for President card from Peanuts Season 1. Huh. Snoopy for President. I don't think so. I don't think anyone's pulled that. All right, let's see. We're going over here to slab away for Mr. Ivan, $23. Says 615. Minus 23. That leaves us down to 592. Boop. All right. Scooby-Dooby-Dooby, Scooby-Doo Buzz, Scooby-Dooby-Dooby-Doo. Luke, Lori, one spot in the Gengar break and shipping. One spot in the Gengar break and shipping. Luke, Lori, the Gengar break. Oh, the Mega break. All right. Oh, speaking of which, we have a new pre-order break. We have a couple breaks going on over here, actually. So if you were not paying attention, One Piece OP5, that's English. We're getting that in. That's like vintage. Well, it's not vintage. I shouldn't say vintage. But, I mean, we're on OP14 now. So that's like 9 sets ago. It's actually more than 9 because you got to count the specialty sets. So this was one of the best One Piece sets to ever sell on this channel. It sold like monstrously fast. And we noticed that the cost on it had risen over time and that the manga from this set is actually the best performing piece of content on my entire YouTube channel. That's right. So we make content for everything that we open, including One Piece. And wouldn't it surprise you all to discover it's not Pokemon that is the top performing video? No, it's this right here. Manga Rare Gear 5 Luffy is the top performing piece of content. To this day, it's just holding on to spot number 1. Look, here's the new Charizard. It's tied with it. It's underneath it. And this one was just posted, so that one will slow down. So, yeah, it's actually this one, the Manga Rare Gear 5 Luffy. That's the top video, and it's been there for a while. It has, look at this, 542,000 views. And you can see it's just climbing. It actually jumped. So, as a result, we're bringing around this set again, okay? One Piece OP5, 1 box of English. You can get a sealed box this way. We do not open it by default. You can, of course, open it, but we do not open this by default. So you can get a sealed box this way, and I'll let you store it away in your closet, and so you can invest in OP5, or you can open it. Now, we're also going to have that on the menu. You can see under the one-piece menu, you can open packs of OP5 English as soon as it arrives. Now, here's the other thing. I got to advertise this to you. Mega Dream pre-order box break, 2 boxes, 1 in 10 odds. Edward's in there. He's waiting for a couple other people to join. Mega Dream's right around the corner, guys. Might as well jump in there. If you're in our Discord server, you heard me make a message to the stream. I made a message to the Discord server. I have now pre-ordered 14 cases of Mega Dream. We're in deep with Mega Dream, 14 cases of it. So you'll bet I want to sell that. And it's going to be very exciting when that comes out. So I hope somebody and a couple of you guys pull that new Gengar. It's going to be a great set. All right, so just Google search the mags and just show the audience. Guaranteed everyone will like it. Okay, hold on. Let me do this first. So this is Luke Laurie. Luke Laurie. So Bill Barron and Luke Laurie are in for 2 spots on the Mega Sub list. 5 spots remain. The Mega Sub list is a big deal. The Mega Gengar is getting close to the end, guys. I'll show you deep. Holy, around 5K raw for that Luffy. Yeah, I think I heard that Luffy has sold for like 10,000 before. Is that true? Can anyone confirm that? Okay, so let's look up Life magazine covers. Okay. And yeah, Life magazine's pretty famous for its covers. Since you did that donation, let me show off what he's talking about. So there's clearly a lot of Life magazines over the years, typically featuring famous people. Yeah, it's been doing that for a long time, hasn't it? I guess those are something like a collectible, aren't they? I think I'd rather collect Playboy magazine. All right. Oh, Time magazine. I did the wrong one. Hold on, give me a second here. He means Time magazine covers. Why did I think they're the same thing? All right, there we go. Here's a lizard person. Why does he look exactly like a lizard person? He's definitely a lizard person. So there we have it. All right, Mark Zuckerberg. I was a human. I'm a human still. God, dude, I feel sorry for that guy. He definitely is like neurodivergent or he's definitely like autistic and gay or something. I don't know. Luke Laurie, 1 spot in the Gengar and shipping. You got it. Dude, I watched Mark Zuckerberg and he was like MMA, like grapple fighting, like jiu-jitsu or whatever, with some sort of actual professional fighter, like a famous guy. And it was like so awkward watching. It was like watching a little kid try to beat his dad up. And it was like, it was strange. It was strange. Luke Laurie. So he's got the money. He can hire anyone he wants to spar with them. And he's sparring versus like this huge ripped guy who's like sort of pretending to let him win a little bit. And it was like, okay. Stephen Greer, the UFO guy, looks like Doc Connors from Spider-Man in his Lizard Man form. Time magazine ding, didn't come up. Pigpen looks like Joe Biden. Mister, there's a buy it now for Tifa for 200. Can you beat the price for me? That depends on if it's a... so is it a PSA 10 or is it a BGS 10? Because I'm not doing it if it's not BGS. Let me look. Surge Tifa. All right, let's see. So I see what I see on the market is a $250 Tifa Pristine 10. I don't know if you found one cheaper though. I'm looking. Yeah, so we are selling specifically the Pristine BGS 10, which is pretty hard to get. Mr. Luke, time for shipping for Luke. It is BGS. It's right under it. Why am I not seeing it then? Can you send me like a message with it in there maybe? It's not showing up on my screen. What did I search for? I searched for Surge Tifa. Let me just try searching for Tifa. Maybe that's what's going wrong. Scooby Buns. It's so hard to price things, you know, because... Okay, so let's see. So now I'm just searching the very generic word Tifa. There is... all I see is the PSA version, followed by a BGS Pristine 10 for $250. There is one at 200. Somebody send me like a link to it or something so I can see it, because I can't find it. I believe you, Tammy. What did you search for that made it pop up? I literally just searched for like, my search was just BGS 10 Tifa. That's it. Like, I didn't have any other details. Mister, has Alexis done shipping yet? What did you search for to get it to pop up? BGS 10, Magic the Gathering, Tifa Lockhart, Surge Foil. I don't understand why I can't get it to show up on my screen. BGS 10, Tifa Surge Foil. All right, so let me try this. Oh, just buy the dang thing. Hold on. BGS 10 Tifa Surge. Oh, it shows up now. I wonder why it's showing up now when it didn't show up under the other one. Let me try the other one now. Surge Tifa. So if I search one way, it doesn't show it, and if I search the other way, it does show it. It just doesn't make any sense. Wow, eBay sucks. How can it be hiding the cheapest card for me? What if I'm a shopper? What if I'm trying to buy the card? I don't want to search for an item, and then there's one secretly hiding for $200 cheaper. That's ridiculous. Why do you guys think that it does that? So in this search, I typed in BGS 10 Surge Tifa. And in the other search, I typed in BGS 10 Tifa Surge. And it just shows up under Tifa Surge. What did you type in again? Let me click on this. Don't put BGS 10. Well, I tried that too, Aovic. I tried that. So I tried 10 Tifa. And it looks like Tammy just put in BGS Tifa Surge Foil. So you have the term Surge after the word Tifa. And if you put the word Surge before Tifa, it doesn't show up. Wow, dude, I don't know what to think about that. That's really bad. What do you guys think about that? That means if you go shopping for something on eBay, guys, you actually need to rearrange the keywords like multiple times or get rid of them in order to increase your odds of actually finding all the listings. That's not right, man. That is so frustrating. That is definitely not right. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and lower the price because, yes, we do want to sell it at the correct price. Here you go, man. All right, I probably will stick to putting it at 205 though, okay, just to be clear. So this one, I really like it and think that we could keep it on the table a little longer. The other one you noticed was at 255. There it is. I just put Tifa BGS 10 Surge. You know, it's interesting, Jod. So if you look at your search, the word Surge is after the word Tifa there too. Crazy, man. Oh, that's BGS? Yeah, we got BGS. That's very interesting. Try searching it again, but put Surge first and then Tifa and see if you get a different result. All right, so Luke Laurie, we got your shipping done. Thank you so much, Mr. Luke. Now we have Javier, 3 Gen 3s. So we got to learn from this because optimizing your eBay results, I feel, is an actual skill. Like you need to be, like one of the things I've been trying to get better at is getting all of the different grading companies onto the screen because you might want to compare BGS, CGC, so BGS Pristine, I'm sorry, BGS 9.5, CGC Pristine, and PSA 10s across each other. So I've been trying to get better at doing that. And this idea that you can type in Tifa Surge or Surge Tifa, and it can actually hide the cheapest card. It's like outrageously bad almost. Like from a computer scientist's programming perspective, that's like, you know, a catastrophe basically, that you're hiding the relevant thing that the person's searching for. Javier with the small orders. Here we are. We got Master Ball Gengar. That's not bad. There you go. Read up, mister. It's already off the table. Read up. It's a conspiracy. Okay, so this one sold. Bloop. It's going to NHCC, I'm betting. There we go. You said read up, but you know, I sent for the Tifa. Sorry, it was on delay. Well, guess what? You're getting that Tifa. Okay, we'll put this over here. Check general chat. So now we've got Mr. NHCC, $20 off my Misty Pikachu, and let me get the Tifa. All right, sounds good. So 20 toward Misty Poo-Poo-Chew. We're going to jump over here. That's just how the internet works. It's called SEO. There's a whole... No. SEO is like search engine optimization, right? But what's going wrong with eBay is more like a database issue. So for databasing, you're supposed to be able to... And they might be related in some ways, but search engine optimization is actually slightly different. So search engine optimization is more like relevancy and stuff like that. But, you know, in the database, if I type Tifa Surge and then I type Surge Tifa, the same card should pop up both times because the words are, you know, triggering the database for that item. You know, if somebody has in their title Tifa and Surge, why should it matter if Surge comes first or second? I mean, it's the same, you know. It's not the case that pretty much any card, like if I typed in Giratina Unified Minds, or if I typed in Unified Minds Giratina, that's not going to matter either way. And so it's weird that they would be order sensitive for the text search in their database. Why would it be? I mean, maybe for certain types of things that eBay sells, that matters, like the actual word. Like, let's say you're ordering airplane parts and the word order matters. That makes more sense. But these aren't airplane parts. These are cards. And as I understand it, it's actually a very large part of eBay's business these days. They make a lot of their monies from the card market now, according to their, you know, they talk about that in their stock meetings. eBay's stock value rose precisely because they're selling so many cards these days. All right, let's see. But yeah, that's like a catastrophe. You can't have that issue going on. You got to get that like fixed today, you know. If it was my company, I'd be like, what the hell? That's the thing that matters the most, is being able to type in the name of the thing you want and then finding the cheapest version of it. So this shall be 205. You have $103 remaining. I got a beer advent calendar. I guess it all depends on how eBay's database is written. I'd bet they use a no SQL database. Who knows? That's one of the things Karis does. She works with... I took a course on SQL. And then, yeah, we did... Actually, that's what we specialized in. Our computer science program at Lindenwood University specialized in databasing because the lead professor was like... He was big on... he had worked in the professional field of databasing. Actually, he kind of implied he worked in the stock market for like the New York Stock Exchange or something, because he would describe a lifestyle of that. And he never really confirmed exactly what he did in the past. We just know he had a prominent job in the past before becoming a professor. He didn't directly say exactly what he did. Here it is. You know what else he was really good at? He was really good at talking about the legal issues and writing software code. He's like, this is what'll get you sued. You can't do this, you can't do that. There was another guy, one of our professors worked at Texas Instruments. And then we had one professor who was really bad, but still really interesting to listen to. Her name was Professor Van Dyke. She was an old lady. She was a grandma. And she couldn't barely walk. She cut the classes short. She would run out of energy. But she was in like the Navy in like probably like the 1950s or something, dude. She was real old, and she was teaching some of the oldest computer science languages, and she would teach you like some of the hardware stuff too, which she was really familiar with. She was terrible, man. She just didn't have the energy to teach, unfortunately. The Texas Instrument guy, he was okay as well. He was just okay. Where's my music? My music paused? I think my music stopped, guys. Play. All right. Remember when Disney hired Meg Whitman? Whatever happened there? Congratulations, NHCC. That's actually really interesting. I watched Martin Shkreli for stocks. Yeah, our professor, the best one was the database professor. And so many of the courses for our computer science programming was in databasing. And one of the biggest projects was close to the senior year. You had to create like a car database of a certain type, and then you had to convert it to a different kind of database. So you would convert your own database over to a new type of database. And then you had to upload the database onto a website that connected to Lindenwood's internet server. And so he should be able to get on your website, actually use your website, and search for cars in a database. So that was a big, he gave that for us to finish over like Thanksgiving weekend too. It was really, everyone was looking at each other like, no way, no one's getting this done. I was lucky though. I had Karis, and Karis was so smart and made the whole process a lot easier because she was so good. I was not as good as her. She was so good at it. And there was like this moment, I remember this. He gave us this long like password keyword. It was like a string of numbers and letters in order to get into their server, in order to update our databases and our websites, right? Because the database has to connect to the actual server. And I'd written it down somewhere and I couldn't find the password. I was like, where did I write it down? And she's like, oh, I remember it. It's, 112 15 AC FGH 12. So she just rambles off the string of code to get the password. And I'm like, you got autism for sure, right? Like, what is that? What is that? It was impossible. Like, there was no way you could remember. It was like 15 digits long. Like, how could anyone remember that? She didn't write it down at all. She just remembered it. And I was like, that's definitely autism. I don't know what that is. How can anyone do that? That's not possible. And I knew at the time when she did that, I was like, all right, so she's definitely a computer scientist and I'm not. I'm just a normal guy. I'm never going to be as good as that. It's not going to happen. All right, let's see what you guys said. Beautiful piece, NHCC. Now that's a good investment. How to get a new phone? Not a fan of the 17. That's a whole lot of database. I've seen some Tifas from different sets sell for 9K. Hopefully you hit 1K in 2 years from now. Fortran and COBOL, I'd assume. I don't remember Fortran, but there was a little bit of COBOL, and just a little bit of COBOL though. And what we actually did was a lot of Java, Python, which is Python and Java. And we did a lot of C. There was a little bit of C#. There was C+, and JavaScript. I can't remember it all. It's been a long time, to tell you the truth. There was a program we used. It was like an online calculator that we used with like applied statistics. And that was like for big data. And then my favorite was actually this low-level, it was a low-level programming code. And I got like a perfect score in that class. It was called... I can't remember the name of it. It's actually getting so long that I can't remember the name of it. I can't remember the name of the code I was best at. It wasn't that I was truly best at it. It was just a really funny moment because it was the one course Karis failed at. She was struggling in it, and I had to write her code. So usually she would help me a little bit with mine, and I would do some of it on my own, and she would help, and we could check each other's codes. But for once, she couldn't do it, and I could. And I was just like, it was just snapping in my head really easily. And it was this really low-level programming language, and she just couldn't stand it. She like gave up on it. She was like, I'm just going to get an F. And I was like, I'll write your code for you. And so it was like this rare moment where I was writing the code and she was watching, and I was like, yes, Mister's getting old. Well, there's all these code names. I can't remember. I haven't worked on this in like 8 years now. So it was like 8 years ago. That was just probably longer than 8 years ago. It was like 10 years ago, because it would have been halfway through. What was it called? Like SQL or something? I can't remember, dude. Yeah, it was a low-level language. Okay. Oh, assembly. It was called assembly. Yes, it was called assembly. I did this last time too. I couldn't remember it, and then someone else remembered it for me. It's assembly. And you couldn't even code in assembly until you learned how to set up a digital what do they call that? You know how Windows is your operating software, your operating program for your computer? You had to learn how to make a virtual operating system on your computer. So there was a whole bunch of steps just to get to the point where you were allowed to work on SQL. And that was part of the difficulty, is you had to do all the steps to create a virtual operating system on your computer that replicated like old computers. And then you were allowed to work on the software at that point. All right. Sorry, y'all. Our babies were crying. AFK, thanks for the Congress. TCCG. Congrats. Thanks for the congrats. Did Mr. get my $20 off the Misty Pikachu? I think I did. Hold on, wait a second. NHCC. Yes, you went from 632 to 612. And by the way, we're out of orders. That's why I haven't been doing anything but rambling. We were out of orders. We have a Jack Woodworth order now. One spot for the Mimikyu. Mimikyu is the lightning break. This could be over very fast. The lightning break. Digital workstation. Sometimes it was fun, but my God, did it get annoying. ASM or assembly? Yes, it was assembly. I remember because the codes align, the lines of code were, see, look at me, I'm talking backwards. The lines of code were all like just really simple. It would be like, if I remember, it would be like RR and then a couple spaces, and you'd say like 19 or something. It'd be referencing a higher, you know, like a code higher up in the language. I did well in that course, and it was just a really surprising thing. Not because I never did well in any courses, but because that one was one where Karis was kind of crashing and burning, and she just hated it. I think it's because she wasn't passionate about it. You know, when you're passionate about something, you learn it so easily. And I was always about the same level of passion for all the courses. And she was not passionate about assembly. She just couldn't figure it up. And she's like, I'll just fail this course or something. She was like just ready to give up. I was like, what are you talking about? It is. All right, here we are. Very nice. There we go. Yeah, I remember I was in my little room, and we had 2 computers set up at home. And we would play... I can't remember the name of the game anymore. There's Minecraft and... Wow, I'm forgetting all the words. I must have dementia, right? Terraria. That's the name of it. You know, I was trying to remember the word Terraria, and all I could think of was Terra Festival. Or Terrastal or something, right? Terrastalization, Terra Festival. But I was trying to think of Terraria. And so that was where we had played Terraria together. And so I remember sitting on my old computer, tippity-type. I got the virtual machine figured out. And then I'm tippity-typing the stupid code in. And I was like, oh, this is easy. This is cake work. This is a cakewalk. And all of a sudden, I'm writing her code. And, of course, we have to write 2 separate codes so that it doesn't look like we're stealing each other's work. So that's the whole, hey, can I copy your homework? Sure, fam, but make yours different. So, you know, I had to make hers. I had to solve the problem twice. I had to make hers the same solution, but in a different, you know, it had to be completely different code so that they never suspected we were cheating. We did cheat, actually. We cheated a lot. I wrote papers for her and stuff like that. That's what happens if you get like a close girlfriend in college, like someone you really trust and she trusts you. You know, you're going to have this big advantage in college because you can cover each other's butts. When somebody's good at something and the other person's bad at it, you can cover each other's butts like crazy. Put the cards in the bag, 101. I don't have any orders. All the cards are in the bag. That's illegal. That's illegal. Here's Blau. Here's Bulbasaur. Here's Amatina. Here's Kadabra. Here's, you just moved stuff around in registers, which got confusing to keep track of. Exactly. And the programs are often really, really simple. So they weren't really that challenging. And it would just be like, you have to stare line by line at what exactly got moved over where, and that was it. So it wasn't high level at all. I feel like that tricked her. Like it just didn't click in her head that it was actually really, really easy. It's an uncomplicated code and an uncomplicated problem to solve. And maybe she's so autistic that it's like she can't do one that's easy. But actually, there was a guy who had real autism, and that guy was an insane coder. I remember one time, and I've told this story a couple times before, he was in the computer science club. He was friends with the president before I became president of the computer science club. And his name was Daniel. He was a really nice guy. You can just tell he had like a good heart, right? And one day, we convinced him to share one of his programs with us, which the school was really against. The professors who ran the computer science department were constantly terrorizing. They're like, you just absolutely cannot share any of your code with each other. So it's kind of breaking the rules to do that. And we talked him into it. He shared one of his programs, and it was like a book thick, dude. I was like, what the fuck? So we were shocked to learn that this guy, Daniel, was writing thousands and thousands of lines of code for one simple program. And it was like, that dude must just sit down all day, increasing the program needlessly. He had all like these tests and security that were never part of the original requirements. Like we saw him, he would write a code and he would throw out like 20 tests in case the code failed in any way. And I was like, what? I'm like, dang, dude, we got to step it up. This guy's spades ahead of us. It was shocking. I was like, wow, this guy's a professional software engineer, and we're just noobs trying to get an A on a course. and he's over here writing professional software. But so yeah, you could tell he had like he had actual autism. You could tell like he had like no sense of sexuality around him, right? Like he was completely asexual, and you couldn't tell a joke. He would absolutely not catch it at all. But he was very highly functioning, right? And very friendly. He was almost like a child almost, right? Like he had like a childlike complexity to him. Like he had reached adulthood. He had a beard, but he wasn't there in a certain way. And I'd met people like him before, but in the college courses, he was just so smart, man. It was incredible. He got all the courses done so easily. He got A's on everything. And he had a job with the company that turned me down when I applied for the same job. It was a Missouri-based programming company, and he had a job with them in his senior year already. All right. Oh, yeah, I know those kind of people. They make me jealous of how productive they can be. Yeah, I mean, no girlfriend in your way. This guy definitely just sat down and coded like all day long. All day long. That's all he did. And it was very strange. His absolute, not strange, but like impressive. It is. I found out he still lived with his parents because we ran into him at Walmart, and I was getting to know him a little bit. You know, I was asking questions. His dad was really nice, really normal. But you could tell Daniel was special, right? So he was definitely not going to be hooking up with girls and having sex with girls and babies. It just wasn't in his brain. And you run into that in the computer science department when you go to like college. And this is the funny thing. You actually meet a lot of people because everyone at the time, remember this was like 8 years ago, everybody was crowding in to get, well, maybe a little more than 8 years ago. This technically it had been about 12 years ago in my first year. Everybody's crowding in to get a computer science job because they're such good jobs, they pay so well, and everyone's being told, get a computer science degree, right? People aren't necessarily being told that as much anymore because it's a little more scary with AI and it's maybe a little overcrowded. See, look, how can this one, oh, they're different cards. Okay, same character, different cards. But so back then, that was the move. Everyone got into computer science. And you met a lot of guys who were just there just because they knew it was a good paying job. And they all melted away over the years. They couldn't do it. You had to be like a certain craft. You had to be a certain type. You had to have like crazy brain or something. You had to be a little crazy to get through those courses, I think. And it's like unnatural almost. I almost want to say it's like a higher level of intelligence, but I don't think it's simply a higher level of intelligence. Like there's a lot of smart people who do not do computer science. It's like you have to be a person of unusual focus. And I think I fall into that group for sure. Like I'll become like obsessively focused on something and I'll just keep working on something until I get it. Like I don't run out of like stamina and I don't run out of interest very easily. I just keep working on something until I get it, the result I want. And so, and I don't think that's necessarily autism, but it's some sort of personality thing. And some people have it and a lot of people don't. So it's like rare to be able to focus on something that should be boring and to be able to focus on something that it requires you to not lose your temper. Because if you lose your temper, you're going to lose. So you have to be like really logical. You can't, your emotions can't be invested at all. And you met a lot of people like that who actually survived the computer science department. A lot of the other people they quit and failed. They're like, nah, I'm going into sales. You know, it really is a lot of work. You got to be able to go long periods of time without losing focus. Otherwise you'd burn out. Yeah, exactly. And so, so in the freshman year, the computer science courses were packed wall to wall. Every class had like 50 students in it, packed wall to wall. And by the end of year one, that's like half. And by the end of year two, it halves again. By the end of the senior year, you got like, I don't know, maybe like 6 or 8 people graduating. It's like nobody. Everyone, by the time it reaches the senior year, everyone has swapped into a different degree. They go for like the Bachelor's of Art computer science degree. So they go for the easier one. Or they swap to like information systems, which is a totally different thing. And it doesn't require all the calculus. It doesn't require, it doesn't require you to finish the higher level computer science courses. So it's like you got some technology, but you didn't finish the hardest ones. And to finish the computer science degree, where it's a Bachelor's of Science, there's just like 6 of us left. It was insane. There's nobody left. is. Ooh, that's 40 bucks, huh? I made a lot of those mistakes my sophomore year when we got the real stuff. Took some time to buckle down and made it through. So I was not the brightest computer science student, but I was always clever socially. I was always very clever socially. So for me, I befriended every good computer scientist. I knew all of them. It was like Katie and Brian and Daniel and Karis, who I was dating. I was dating one of the best programmers in the college at the time. She was easily top 10. And like a big problem would come up. No one's allowed to share with each other. Those are the strict rules. You'll be disqualified. You'll get kicked out of the class if you share. Oh, but I'm actually dating one of the people who's best at coding. Problem solved. So I was on easy street a little bit, and I wasn't exactly stupid anyways. So I was pretty capable on my own. And so I make it through probably with like a B average. We are. Let's see. Kilowattrel. Okay. Let's see. I was prepared to get a regular job in computer science, but I ended up becoming a YouTuber. So this one's a little more expensive now, but I'm going to keep it at 40 actually. I hear engineering is more or less forgiving than computer science. I don't know if that's necessarily true, because there were some engineering students, and they seemed like they had actually a very similar structure of courses to us, with a couple extra courses that we didn't have to take, typically specifically in engineering. But they never complained that their work was harder than ours, and we were mostly all doing the same work anyways. All the engineers took the same math courses, and they almost took all the same computer science courses until the high-end stuff kicks in. But then instead of doing that, they took engineering. So they had these high-end engineering courses. We had high-end computer science courses. But yeah, I mean, it might be easier. I don't know. I think they're similar in some degrees. Here we are. But engineering might be higher. I don't know. So this didn't sell at 45. And then there were the math guys too. And those were some of the nerdiest of all people. There was this guy who was the head of the math club at Lindenwood, and he and I met because we were both running our own clubs at the time. And I've told this story before. That guy was the spitting image of a nerd. He was thin, he was pale, he had the glasses. Hey, what's up, man? He had the pocket I wish I was kidding. He had the pocket protector. He had a button-up shirt. Okay, so he wore like a flannel button-up shirt with a pocket protector, and he has a little mini. He's got a little calculator in there with a couple different, like, the little mechanical pencils. And he was the one of the main student troubleshooters. What do they call those? When you ask somebody for help, there was like a department where you could get help from people, tutors. So he was one of the main tutors, and he ran the math club. And he couldn't have been nerdier, but he was so vibrant and so energetic. He had a lot of energy. That's what you learn about people. The people who really succeed in life are people with a lot of energy. Mr. Jack, he says 100 for Slab Away. You got it, Jack. So he's very vibrant, very energetic. He and I both had a passion for like classical music, actually, and he was sharing the like some mathematical models that suggested the human brain loves music because of our propensity for math. And the more you like music, some of you might ironically be good at both music and math. So he was like, check general channel Discord. Ooh, let me see it real fast. So he was talking about that, and we were sharing music and all that. He wanted to combine the two clubs, the math club. Let's see. Oh, a little time Pokemon. Oh, that's cool, man. When did that come out? Does it say? I can't tell if it says. Cool, man. It looks nice. All right. I have a propensity for beer. He's probably making bank. I think everyone who finished those courses probably got a job at least. I don't think anyone missed out on getting a job, but maybe they did. Here we are. Okay. Ooh, I got some heartburn going on, guys. All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Jack. I really appreciate it, man. Very nice. A lot of our sales are just in slabs, guys. The education system would do better if they played into students' strengths instead of turning them into cogs. We're on the same page on that. I think that the education system is very obese, and it's time for it to lose weight. I think that school education is not there to teach the American people how to become business owners, How do I start a lumber farm? How do I start an oil rig? How do I start my own competing bank? How do I become a money lender? How do I start? You know, it doesn't teach you those things. What it really teaches you is here's how to know some useless information, follow all these tests, and here you go. You're certified to go work for somebody now who owns the means of productions. So now you're a useful employee, and it only cost you $40,000, except nowadays it probably costs $100,000 plus interest. And so it really is, it's a vehicle for profit for the school, and now you're a useful employee for the owners of the actual means of production. So schools are a joke, man. And if you didn't learn all that, then you went there and you just learned a bunch of soft sciences that aren't very useful. You know, I'm sure the teachers are like, well, you need to go eat the rich, problem solved, which doesn't really solve the problem. The solution is for you to get rich. You should be the owner. But no, they don't teach you that, I feel. They don't want you to know that. You shouldn't stop yourself from being able to start a business. You should go start a business and be the owner and pay low taxes. And that's a great thing. But yeah, school sucks, man. A lot of school sucks. Some of it doesn't. Some of it's very important, actually. And then a lot of it does suck. A lot of it's just sort of like a product, and you're the target customer. All right, ho-oh poker. Oh, no, wait a second. We do this over here. Do I have any credit left? Says Aovic. Let me check, Mr. Aovic. Great cards up there. Look at that Bulbasaur for 35. You know, I've sold a couple of those. Those are popular. Aha, you've got $20. What an amazing title for the stream. Please, bro. Please, bro. Please, bro. Please, bro. Please give me Charizard SAR. For those of you who missed it, I was showing off this Charizard I drew last night for our friend Rockstar Mahi, but he turned it down. I drew this for Rockstar Mahi. Charizard, 100 HP. His first attack is Please Bro for 120 damage. His second attack is Redeem It for $400. Signature SAR, double star, first edition, 1 of 1. I drew this for him from the bottom of my heart, and he turned it down. So I ended up selling it to Sarah Dusenberry. She got it for $21. There you go, Sarah. She got the Rockstar Mahi Charizard. Is that enough for 2 Phantasmals? It's enough for 1 Phantasmal. I think Phantasmal is 11, right? Here you go. Is that what you'd like? I can do 1 Phantasmal and a $9 item. I loved math, physics, chemistry, and science. I always did well in those, but English was so awful. You know, I found Karis did not like writing as much, although nowadays she might like it more, but at the time she didn't like it as much. Let's see. I'll do 1 of the Phantasmal and 1 of the new Final Fantasies. You might do very well with the Final Fantasy, actually. So that'll be 17. You'll have $2 left. Boop. All right. Oh, yeah. Please, bro. Please, bro. Please, bro. Please, bro. Do you still have the Spy Family English? I don't see it on the menu. I believe that means that it's sold out, which was the goal. We have Chainsaw Man. Chainsaw Man did very well as a product in the movie theaters. Got very good reviews. And I assume there will be a Season 2 Chainsaw Man. So we have Weiss Chainsaw Man on the menu for anyone who wants it. Here's Suicune. And here is Schultz. Ah, man. All right. 1 Schultz. I'm sorry. No luck on this round. Can I have a free Gengar Master Ball? I'm new. You said the magic words. Mistress Coeli. Oh, you're Coeli. It's anonymous. Can you show me some $60 slabs so you can take the Gyarados back? You would like a trade for the Gyarados. All right, give me a moment here. So first of all, let me get this into Victor Cardenas' bag. Do you have a bag, Victor? I don't know if Victor has a bag. The Sableye is actually dope. You like them? Who's this? Victoria Magdaleno from 1 year ago. She got some cards and said, nah, you can keep it, bro. Can I get on a giveaway? Please, bro. Please, bro. You guys might have to remind me of the nickname that I know you by, because YouTube did a thing where it got rid of everyone's nickname. And so now your name is your handle, I guess, which is not a good situation. But yes, I recognize your, is it called a PFP? But I did not recognize your handle, Anonymous. Victor Cardenas. 11.25. I still have the same name. Yeah, you're lucky. You're very recognizable. I am the handle. Yeah. There we go. Very good. So you see anything at all that you want up here, you just let me know, Mr. Quelly. Like this Galarian Slow King, you could trade for that. Here's Scarlet Violet. You could even take 2 slabs home. Ooh, this is for sale, guys. The Snorlax. That's a big one. Here's gold. You would have to send some money in for the gold. Here's $85 Aerodactyl. I'd probably consider that maybe. Here's Charmander. Of course, we do need to base it off of Gyarados' price today. I don't know if it's gone up or down. But let's see what else. We got a little $70 9.5 Gengar. You could trade for this Gengar. If you don't know what you want to do, you can always look what your grandparents did. I'm new here. Where are the free ones? I have a handle for y'all. I got my name. Please, bro. Free codes. Please, bro. Please. You have so many Charizards. I hope he comes back. I want to say hi to him. Here is Mr. NHCC. Let's clean up Mr. Weiss's shelf a bit. Let's do a box of Usersoft as a giveaway and put a PZ on it. What? Ah, here it is. So NHCC is going to host a little giveaway. Well, hold on. We've got this giveaway still running. The Mark giveaway. All right. I like teasing you guys with the Mark giveaway. So type in Mark right now, guys. Who's on here? Archer, Tammy, Wildbeer, Cubone Daddy, A. Perez, Alex, Lurkin Larry, Zach Steck, CS Man 6, Isaac Morgan, Andy Man 6, Archer again. Boop, boop, a doobie, doop, doop. No, you hate being asked, but any chance the tax submission grade's out? Are you asking if the latest submission is out? So you guys will know when the latest submission is out because I will just update that channel. This. I want South Korean cheerleaders. Put a meme on it. Scuba dee booty dee buns. Click. All right, so Pokewing is going on. There were only 14 people in that list. So if you don't think that you can make it on here, you definitely can because not everyone watching participates. So the odds are better than you think it is, guys. Also, we don't always have the largest number of viewers. Maybe that's sad from the point of view that, you know, it would be nice if we had more people in here. But when it comes to giveaways, it's way better to be in a generous stream with fewer viewers. You might actually get some stuff. Now, that one's not going to finish right now. We're going to keep that Mark one going. It's a $70 giveaway. I like to tease you guys. That's what I said, right? We're going to change this one over here. It's going to say NHCC. NHCC. So only the N is capitalized. It's going to be a little NHCC giveaway now. Okay. And so now you're going to need to type in, well, I put that as capital, didn't I? Let me make the whole thing capital, okay? I'm going to make the whole thing capital. HCC. All right, let me hit down on that. All right, set back up. The whole thing's capitalized. The whole thing's capitalized. That's a box of Usersoft. Basically, these are sexy waifus. This has 2 spots in it. It's almost done. Let me put you on this giveaway list. Here it is. Okay. What shall this be? 30 bucks. Thanks, man. Please, bro. Please, bro. Please, bro. Please, bro. Please, bro. Please, bro. Please. Here's Gengar. He's been repriced. Good. That's the vintage Blastoise break with 3 people in it. Here's Latios. He is a consignment card. Let's get this to the left. Here's Dusclops. He's a 9. Here's Hello Kitty. That has not been repriced, so we got to look into that. This one's been repriced. Bulbasaur has been repriced. Come on now. What is this? So this guy, he's pretty much been repriced. He's got to stay at 64. Boop. Move this off to the side. NHCC. It is NHCC. And here we have Eevee for 130. That needs to be repriced. We do a lot of repricing. We have a lot of slabs for sale. Good stuff. You can also trade your bags in toward the slab, or a slab you already have can be traded for another slab. All right. Boink. This could be a fantastic Christmas present for a niece or a daughter or a grandchild. Any of those things. It's a cute little Hello Kitty. Graded 10, meaning your family member can enjoy learning a little bit about card grading too. So we have updated this to just $45. All right. Boo, 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 boo. Miss Alexis is saying she's low on bubble wrap. What does she like? Use all the bubble wrap? Click. All right. Okay. 10 kitties. No. The 3 little kitties, they lost their mittens. Meow, 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 meow. Okay. Boom, we got A. Perez. A. Peasy, A. Perez. A. Perez. Team Rocket Grunt. Alex making it on as well. How about that, Alex? And Mr. Hathim. Whoa. That's mod-tastic right there. We got a lot of mods in here, I guess, today, huh? All right, look at that, guys. No, wait a second. One more. Mike's side. Whoa. All right. I think this is the most moderator-dense round we've ever had. That's crazy. All right. Landing on... Oh, wait. Landing on a 1. Look at that. It's so funny. The mods made it onto this round, and it still goes to Mr. A. Peasy. Stop the count! All right. A. Peasy. It feels like the moderators rarely get on, doesn't it? Unless I directly put them on. A. Peasy. A. Peasy, what's your bag name? That didn't look like a 1. Oh, you're right. It said EX. It doesn't count. Oh. Damn, bro, the OGs. Did he say something? Oh, well, that worked out. Mr. gave APZ a spot. Oh, yeah, I remembered. First time back in this stream in 2 years. What did I miss? Hey, what's that? Oh, Mr. Glenn O. Lazarin. Hello, how are you? When did you leave? Let me ask you a question, Glenn. Why did you leave? Give me some insight. How do I keep you guys here longer? Here it is. You know what I never get? I never get like an exit interview from anyone. You know, like, why did you step away? I want to know more about when people stop. Is it something I said? Is it something that happened? Was it maybe like, oh, you know, I can't afford these packs right now? Are you focusing on life? Is it, you know, I'm always curious when people decide to go. Here goes. You think I'm not pretty enough? You'd rather be with this girl? Whoa! So these boxes are just 30 bucks. This is Weiss Schwartz, $30 box. Please, bro, give Alexis more bubble wrap. Yeah, I'm going to give Alexis more bubble wrap. I think got no chill when it comes to Louis. Where's Louis? Is he here? I'm too broke to buy. I can understand that. Pokemon cards, collectibles in general, they're pretty expensive these days. Okay, look at all these girls, man. Girls, girls, girls. Talking about his spunk rubbed me the wrong way. Yeah. When he said he handed his cup of cum to the nurse, I decided, you know, this stream isn't for me. Here's... Oh, yay. Whoa! I'm getting all hot and bothered. Okay. Here's this. I am deeply drawn to you. My affection is profound and singular. You're the only person with whom I share such a connection, which perhaps intensifies my appreciation. Yeah, gay. All right, so let's see. Oh, hat girl. Mr. the certified gooner. That's right. I went to school for it. It's a professional degree, unlike nursing. Did you guys hear about that? Department of Education has changed some degrees to no longer be professional degrees. And I think nursing was actually on that list. What? I don't know about that. You seen the Pokey Court in New York City? Pokey Court? Like where you get in trouble or something? What are you talking about? Or is it more like a place you play basketball? Hey, I'm a nurse. Hey, that's a good job, man. That, in my opinion, that is a top 10 job right now in the world, in America. You're in the right job. Don't quit it. There it is. All right. That's my prediction for the future is, you know, AI is going to take over a whole bunch of jobs. But medicine, nursing, doctors, that stuff is good. That's really good. All right, let's see. I really enjoyed the stream. I just got out of the hobby and sold all my Pokemons before Pokemon went on a crazy run. I recently decided to get back in the hobby. Ooh, perfect. Perfect timing. You know what they say? Buy high, sell low. There we go. And, whoa. Dooba-doop-beep-dooba-dooba-doop-beep-doo. I've delivered to some hot nurse girls. Nurses cheat air. Is it true, Hathim? Do nurses cheat a lot? Ta-da. So that's Mr. A. Peasy. What's A. Peasy's bag? I don't know A. Peasy's bag. Nobody understands me like ChatGPT does. Sadly, yes, says Hathim. Aw. They are. Very nice. I mean, how can you not when you're just surrounded by hot hospital people all day? A. Peasy. I'm A. Perez. Wait, A. Peasy's Arturo Perez? Oh, I didn't know that. Okay. Wow, you got on the list twice, A. Peasy. They're still professional degrees, but just not for federally funded school loans. Doesn't change the quality of degree or accreditation. Just doesn't get as much money in loans anymore. Oh, that's very interesting. Okay, so I did not know that's what it was for. Like, I was trying to figure out what's the upside. Like, they must have done it for some reason. What's the reason they wanted to do that? And as far as I can tell, there is no upside. It's just people who had that degree are now less happy. Hey, Arturo, look at this. I found a bag for you back here that says 1124 on it. What the hell? Your old bag. Had to explain this to my wife that started freaking out. Oh, gotcha. Is this really yours? Bro, there's like a lot of stuff. What? All right. What is going on? I don't remember you having all this. Do you remember opening that? That says Arturo Perez, 1124. Is that really yours? All right. I mean, the only possibility of it not being yours, I don't think it's possible. I think it's yours. Well, you know, it's from 1124. I'm sorry, Arturo. It's a repo now. Repo. I opened a lot of Japanese before. So you did. Here we are. All right. Arturo Perez. Keep me in mind if you want to trade that, okay? I'm open to trades with everybody right now. I'm doing trades, guys. I'm heavy on trades. And that is because I need an influx of cards to grade. We are. Not just cards to grade, but cards to put into, like, the custom breaks now. So for those of you who didn't know this, in the past, you might remember joining a break and not really pulling anything out of the break. Nowadays, you do pull stuff. And so I constantly need cards for that. So, like, here's a little vintage Fampy from Heart Gold, So Silver, and 2 poker cards. That's an example. Let's try another one. Maybe this will be a... Okay. So in this one, you get Beldum, you get a Volcarona, and you get a little snail. I mean, it's better than getting... Here's what you used to get from these breaks. Are you ready? You used to get this. You get 1 Pokemon card, and it was typically the cheapest possible Pokemon card. So now, to make them more appealing, we're stuffing real cards in there, and every now and then you run into a pack that's actually pretty solid. Like, you might get $40 or more back from the actual booster pack. So we're doing that to make the breaks way more appealing. I don't know if it's had the desired effect, but I don't think everyone's aware of it, and I don't think everyone's felt the effect of it. I think that's some of what's going on there. Mister, you want to go through my junk bags? Can I trade for some store credit? I'm definitely open-minded to a trade, Mr. NHCC. I think if we do that with you, it's going to take a lot more time. So we're going to have to do that on a nighttime stream, not a daytime stream. And then I don't know about store credit. That's tricky because by the time you convert it to store credit, you might start buying the stuff that I'm having the most trouble keeping up with financially. Like I have to buy a ton of it versus I've got this glut of slabs. I just got tons of them, tons and tons of slabs. So I'm trying to eliminate slabs and buy raw cards. See what I'm saying? But let's say you take your trade and you go right after something like Phantasmal Flames. That would not be a good situation for me. So I don't want your raw cards converted into Phantasmal Flames. See what I'm saying? So I am looking for trades, but I'm looking for slab trades. So if you see a good slab or slab that you think is pretty solid that you want, we got so many. I mean, and they're not bad. They really are good slabs. Like, let's take another look. There's a Dark Dragonite for 800. Did you guys know we had this for sale right now? Here's a Charmander for 100. That's really good. That's 18 bucks. That's $25. It's a holographic Slowpoke. All right, pretty solid. Oh, that's the pack split. Join that. $40 to join. This guy's junk. This guy's kind of pretty much junk. This is really solid. So this card has a high chance of going up in price over time. So I am looking to get rid of the slabs, and I am looking to acquire raw cards. So I'm looking for those trades all day long. And you might make a trade like that. Mister, please check my message. Can I slab away a pre-order of a Mega Dream case? Yes, I am very, very open-minded to that now that we've got a couple cases coming. Here we are. Oh, we don't have 14 cases coming. I apologize. We have half of that. We have 7 cases coming. I did the math wrong in my head. So we have 7 cases coming. Why did I say 14? It's not 14. Here it is. I mixed the number up. I was thinking about a different number. APZ name and location. I'm changing my flight back to AZ. I'll trade some of your junkier slab trades possibly. Yes, Mr. CS-Man, let's talk about getting you a whole case at a better price than if you're buying them per pack, okay? All right. So, guys, it's 7-Eleven. We've been live for almost 2 hours. I'm wrapping up because it's Friday, baby. And so I'm hopping off for Friday night. I'm going to go hang out with Karis, but we'll be back on for the late night stream, so don't miss that. And it's going to be vertical, so I'll see you guys there. More giveaways. We're going to finish this mark. This is $73. It's just store credit. It's extremely desirable. So tonight, slab rotations. Maybe we'll find more pricey slabs to get up here. We got some breaks that are kind of close. Look, this guy's 3 spots away. This guy's 5 spots away. These are very close. You could join these tonight if you want. The exciting thing going on. We got this Charizard Heartbreak. That's the new Heartbreak. It replaces the other break. And it's only got 3 people in it right now, but I guarantee you this is a very hot break. There is no way this won't go flying off the shelf by next Friday, because next Friday everyone gets paid again. We have this Tyranitar, and he is, by the way, 6 spots away from going off, and when this goes off, he'll be 5 spots away. He's very close. We got the Mega Gengar. He's 5 spots away. On top of that, we got all the packs that all the other channels have. We got all the same packs, so you can always come here and open all the fun things. We typically have fresh product. Our giveaway is very good. You know why our giveaways are good? Not too many people in our stream. We don't have 200, 250 people in here. So when you're trying for a giveaway, you're only competing against a couple people. Your odds are way higher. And we have some of the most generous giveaways. So stick around for that. And yeah, we just got so many more slabs to rotate. I got 3 more cases here to rotate through. And I'll be looking for more spicy slabs to add to the table, okay? Thank you, guys. Trade me that Prism Latios. He is available for trade, okay? Because what I'll do is I'll pay out Mendoza if you get a good trade going with me. That's a consignment slab. All right, guys. I'll see you tonight. See you later, everybody.